Let's try to get into the topic today. Today I would like to talk a little bit more about how to develop our intelligence and what are the different yogic tools and techniques which have been proven not only from the past centuries as a practice, but also how the modern science have approved that. Those are evidence-based. People have seen in academic institutions, in management schools, in medical institutions, they've done numerous amount of studies all over the world to prove that such concepts what the rishis and yogis used to practice, and they have recommended those lessons for us right now to practice, which will improve our intelligence. You might be remembering about, I think on the fourth day, I talked about an image that comes in the Katha Upanishad, when Nachiketa, the 12-year-old child, was in conversation with the Lord of Death. The Lord of Death talked about how human beings can transcend this physical body and then go to the higher realm of consciousness after the death. So in that image, it talked about a horse, 10 horses with a cart, and there was somebody in the driver's seat and somebody in the back seat. So you can refer to that. So the person who is in the back, in the driver's seat, is the intelligence, who directly reports to the soul. So in order to improve the spiritual strength, we need to develop our intelligence. So that's the topic that I want to talk about today. And as usual, we start with a story. A story comes to my mind right now. It's a very famous story. Probably everybody you have already heard. So I would say it just to build a context. This is a story of 4 wives. A rich merchant had 4 wives. And he very dearly loved his 4th wife. Very beautiful, proud of her all the time. And he spent a lot of time in adorning her beauty by giving her the fineries of the jewelry and costumes and the robes and everything what he could do. The best of what he had was spent on her. He also loved his 3rd wife. He was very proud of her beauty, and he was always showing her off with his friends. But always in his back of his mind, there was a fear that one day, she might run with someone else. And the 4th wife was also very loyal to him. She did everything that is possible to take care of his health, take care of his happiness, take care of his business, and doing all the household works. But this rich merchant was not loving the 1st wife. But the 1st wife was definitely much in love with him. So after a few years, this rich merchant fell ill and he was about to die. And on his deathbed, he thought to himself, hey, I have been leading a very luxurious life. I've got 4 beautiful wives. And now that the last moment is coming, I will be all alone. And he didn't like that idea. Hey, look, I have been loving you the most. I have spent so much of money and so much of energy, so much of time onto you. And I'm going to go to the other side of life. Won't you accompany me? And the 4th wife said no way. And finally, he just heard a voice from a distance. I will live with you. No matter how you have treated me, I will go with you all the time. I'll go with you when you die. And there was the 1st wife. And so sad by looking at all the reactions from the 3 other wives. So this person regretted that I should have taken care of you. You're so skinny, almost like malnutrition. I'm so sorry for that. I could not take your care when I could have. So in reality, according to the story, we all have 4 wives. The 1st wife refers to a body. No matter how much expensive clothes we give it to her or give it to this body, how much fashion we do, how much cosmetics we apply, when we die, this body will not go with us. The second wife represents all our possessions, all our status, or the wealth accumulation that we have made in this world. The moment we are gone, so they will go to someone else. And the third wife represents all our friends, families, all our well-wishers. No matter how close they are, when we die, at the most they can only go up to the graveyard. And the fourth wife refers to, or the first wife rather, refers to our soul. It's always with us, no matter how we treat her. So friends, if we don't awaken now and do not spend some time to develop and augment the soul power inside us and become intimate with her, we all would be lamenting, regretting at her deathbed if we have not taken care of our first wives, so-called the soul. So this pertains to the greater responsibility of all human beings in this life to spend some time towards a spiritual growth and spiritual development. That means taking care of the soul. Coming back to the example that I gave, the cart, where there is a soul sitting in the back seat, the intelligence is driving, holding the reins of the mind, and all the sense organs and the karmendriyas and the 10 horses are pulling the cart on the path of the world. That means towards different objects in the world. So the soul has got an approach with the intelligence, or a rapport with the intelligence. So if you build the intelligence by doing certain work, obviously we can get closer to our soul.